Good afternoon and welcome to the Jimmy Powell Oval. Good afternoon and welcome to the Jimmy Powell Oval. Apologies for the late start of the broadcast this afternoon. We had a few technical difficulties, but we're now on the way. You're joining us in the third over of this Nations Cup semi-final number 1 between Asian Stars and Eastern Caribbean. Asian Stars off to a flyer. Rahul Garg score now after 3 overs, 27 without loss. So bowling now from the proposed schooling is Malcolm Ramlogan. He hails from originally from Guyana, but from Trinidad and Tobago, but he plays his cricket in the BRAC, and he's flown in for this game by Eastern Caribbean, and he's bowling to Chamindu, and Chamindu hits that one. It flies way up in the air and is taken, and that is the end of Chamindu. Ramlogan picking up a wicket there. A really good catch, short third man. He was trying to hit that one into cow corner for 6, but he was not able to do so. And that brings us to the end of that short Chamindu innings. The danger man, Rahul Garg, he's still at the crease. But Eastern Caribbean will be happy to pick up an early wicket in the power play. To the crease now is Goku, and Ram Logan is into him as well. Another left-hander. Left arm orthodox here. Very well bowled once again by Ram Logan. Hit the short third man where that is picked up and thrown into wicketkeeper for the day, Brian Corbin. Umpires for today. Standing umpire currently Zitroy Robinson, and at a very, very, very deep on the offside square leg is Ezra Hewitt. That one is hit high up into the air. Lots of calling. He doesn't get to it, and they run for two. Good piece of running there. 2 runs. Brings us to the end of the 4th over. The score now moves on to 30 for 1 after 4. Just a reminder that this game has been cut down to a 15 over contest. So the power play completed after 4 overs. That has been done to deal with the fading light situation for the second match. So we'd like to hope that we'll be able to get through 2 15 over games this afternoon here at the JPO. Into the attack now, Alistair Eiffel got away with that one. That one was dragged down. And in comes Eiffel, and he's bowling to Goku. And that's a very good delivery, a full toss. He turned it into one, and that one is hit into the covers. And they get 1 run. A good shot there to finish off the over. Carries the score now to 36 for 1 in 5. A good start here by the Asian Stars. They'll be aiming to get 110, 120 runs in this 15 overs. And they would believe that that would be enough to hang on to. This team, the Eastern Caribbean team, they have a very, very strong batting lineup. But believe that the Asian Stars will believe in themselves and hope that with a good score on the board, they'll be able to defend it. Ram Logan now to continue from the proposed school end, and he's bowling now to go cool. That one is very well played into the offside. They run through for a single there. Feel that backward point. Underhands it in and they get one. Beautiful day here at the Jermaine Powell Oval. Lots of sunshine, no rain in sight. The atmosphere is building for a semi-final weekend and final tomorrow. And just a reminder that the final starts at 1 p.m. here at the Jermaine Powell Oval tomorrow. There was originally supposed to be a women's exhibition match at 10 a.m. That has now been cancelled. So there'll be one game here at the Jermaine Powell Oval tomorrow at 1. And that one is dragged into the leg side. And they run through for just one run. One run to the batsman there. And in comes Ram Logan again, and he's pulling to Goku. And Goku drives that one. And good stop there by Ram Logan. He dived to his right there and was able to stop the run from being completed. And the score now after 6 overs, 46 for 1. Asian Stars going along well here. The Eastern Caribbean team, they've managed to drag it back just a bit. But Asian Stars still on track here for a good total. Rahul Garg there, the danger man, he's on 27 from 18. And Gokul on 11 from 10. Coming into bowl once again from the pavilion end is Alistair Eiffel. He'll be bowling to Rahul Garg. And Alistair Eiffel picks up a wicket here. And just so there will be a change in batting, there'll be a change in commentary coming on to commentate to take us through the next set of overs. It's Omar Willis.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be back here again. Another lovely weekend of cricket here at the JPO Cricket Oval. I think I jinxed the bat inside as I came into the commentary seat. A wicket fell. Maybe that's a sign of things to come for the bowling team. Pick up a very timely wicket there. Old veteran, wily Fox, Alistair Eiffel, showing his experience. Very timely wicket as that partnership looked like it started to get going. But in comes Christopher Balraj to the crease. Very attacking batsman. Likes it the ball straight down the ground and cold corner. Very strong. I'm sure if it's in his area, he'll look to be ultra aggressive. But he's up against Alistair Eiffel. With his first delivery, in comes Ali. He pulls that one full, and he tucks that one to sharpen the wicket, and he's off the mark instantly. So a reminder, it's a semi-final match, the Nation Cup. All to play for. Winner goes to the final, which will be played tomorrow. All to play for. Alistair Eiffel to go cool. That one very full. So I'm pretty sure Ali will look to keep the ball wide outside off something him. Go cool, very strong in the cow corner region, and he looked hit with a spin. So Ali looking to keep the ball wide outside off something and force him to drag it. Very well played that one, pushed through the offside. Collected by other than Muddo. Limiting them to a single. Good over so far from Ali. Slowing the momentum of this game now. Here comes to Chris, and on the front foot, plays it straight back to the bowler. Ali Eiffel looking to close out the over now. Excellent over from him so far. Oh, he squeezed that one too long off, and he'll get a single, and that will end the over. Productive over for the Eastern Caribbean team. Picking up a wicket there and 3 runs. Very well bowled from Ali. And as we saw last week, this Eastern Caribbean team has an entire team. Only one person bowls pace. Entire team is spin bowlers. And replacing Ram Logan is none other than Mahindra Nagamutu. Had a very, very good spell last week. I'm sure he'll look to come again this week and produce another masterful performance as he did last week. Very tricky customer. Bowls the ball into the pitch, zip off the pitch, gets a lot of batsmen, LBW and clean bowl. Very deceptive. And he comes to Chris. Looped, and that one is sweep. And it gets by short fine leg. Batsman turn for 2. Good result for the bowler there, because looked to have gone for 4, but good chase from Cleo. Picking that one up and throwing it back in, limiting them to 2. Short delivery, and will it pick up a wicket? Looks to pick up a wicket, a leg spinner's wicket as they call it, a drag down delivery. Christopher Balraj looked to heave that one over backward square for 6, but instead of focusing on hitting the ball properly, being ultra aggressive as we know him to be, and the top edge is taken and collected cleanly by the man at short fine leg, Cleo. Big wicket in the circumstances here. Big wicket, and again, back-to-back overs with wickets for Eastern Caribbean. Well, a bit of luck going there for the bowler, but it's all a part of the game. Unfortunate for Chris, he has to go. Very disappointed. Shakes his head as he walks off. Very disappointed. Unlucky may I add, but Went for maximum power there when he saw the short delivery and only managed a top edge. New batsman to the crease now. Takes his guard. This Eastern Caribbean team. Lots of spinners today. Kevin Basil not in the 11. And in comes Nagabutu. First delivery. Hit through the offside. Yes, I was saying very, very experienced Kevin Basil not playing today. But the side is still formidable with their spin options. In comes Nagamuto. Looks to be a googly and oh! Just missing the off stump there. Wow, wow, wow. Just missing the off stump. Goes through for buys. Or run signal, run signal. Run signal from the umpire. Very well bowled. Brings Goku on strike. A runner ball. Feelers closing in on the offside. Ooh, well bowled there from Nagamutu. Outside the off stump. Goku playing forward at that one, missing the outside edge. Here comes Nagabutu again. And that was hit hard down the ground. Looks to be picked up by Sunil. Sunil and a good throw. Throwing it to the striker's end. Limiting the batsman to 1 run. And a very, very good over from Nagamutu. Looks to be four runs coming from that over. On the wicket. Very well bowled. So the Eastern Caribbean team putting together some good overs. Asian Stars will definitely need to pick up the pace here, pick up the scoring rate. Playing a shortened game today, 15 overs today. In consideration of the light situation that we have here, light fades very, very, very fast in the evenings, and very well done to the competition organizing, ensuring that the 2 games are shortened version, even competition for both games. Ali continuing. Just bowl that one to go cool, and he drives that one to long off for 1. New batsman that came in not too long ago, Viran. Very, very strong down the ground as well. And cow corner area. Very strong batsman. If it's in his arc, I'm sure he won't hold back. Given the situation, 15 over game, they definitely need some more runs on the board to compete with this team. And it instantly chips down the ground, he hits it down to long off. Long off comes around, picked up by young Antoine Eiffel. Throwing it back into his dad. Very, very good cricketing genes. Good throw. Good pickup. 1 run to Viran. In comes Ali to Goku. Short delivery again, but outside off stump. And Ali just playing very, very, very simple cricket. And bowling to the batsman's weakness. Bought that one a little bit straight. And there should be a corner there. Picked up by Jamil Buchanan. Throw it over the stumps to Ali. 1 run. Jamil Buchanan. Very, very good leg spinner. Had a good spell last week as well. And he hasn't bowled as yet. So this Eastern Caribbean team will use their spin. Spin has been their strength right through, and it's worked right through. And that one's thrown up by Ali. Sunil runs around. Will he get there? No. Would have loved him to pull out the dive there, but I guess he decided to preserve his efforts for another day. But well bowled by Ali, taking the pace off of that one. And creating a half a chance there. Ali to go cool. Short, outside off stump, and he hits that one off the back foot, down to long off. Cleo picks up that one. But again, an excellent over from Ali. 5 runs from it. This is top bowling from this Eastern Caribbean team. I believe that would be his spell. Should be his spell now in a short and over game. But they're very well bowled from Ali. That's a very, very, very good cricket from the the Eastern Caribbean team. The Asian Stars definitely need to get some momentum going here. All to play for here. It doesn't make sense staying out there just to battle the overs. Be aggressive. Try and get some runs on the board. Because this Eastern Caribbean team has good batting in it, and a low score should get them over the chasing a low score should get them over the line. Angamutu to go cool. Off the back foot, he punched that one through the offside, picks up a single. Eastern Caribbean not minding the singles being taken because they have the run rate under control. Right now it's just a little bit over run a ball. 6 runs are over. 6.44 runs are over. Which in a shortened game, any batting team, any fielding team wouldn't mind that. In comes Nagamutu to Varan. And he chips and he plays it back to the bowler. Dot delivery. So a lot of pressure mounting on Varan. Looking to get some impetus in this innings. In comes Nagamutu. Oh, again, as I said, Nagamutu very deceptive. He gets about to zip off of the pitch. That one rushing through to wicketkeeper Brian Corbin. Dot delivery again. Comes Nagamutu again to Varan. And he drags that one down a little bit. Should have a backward square. Yes, Jamil Buchanan there. Very good fielder. Only 1 run again. So this Eastern Caribbean team continue to put on the pressure. 2 runs from this over so far. 2 deliveries left to go. Let's see what Gokul can do here. It's been out there for a little bit. 17 runs from 19 balls. In comes Nagabutu to Gokul. I'm sure he's going to go to look to go call corner again. That one's picked up. Fielder running around Lewis wasn't able to put a hand to it. 1 bounce into the fence for 4. 4 runs there. And Gokul playing to his strength. Looking to get some impetus going, which is good to see. He's been out there a while, as I mentioned. Asian Stars is going to need him to put up a decent score if they're going to get anywhere to a formidable total. Ball again, and that one is hit over cow corner. That one is over the boundary, over the fence. 6 runs. Brilliant shot. That's a massive 6 from Gokul. Into the arc went Nagamutu, and Gokul obliges and hits it over the boundary, over the fence for 6 runs. Very, very good shot there. So that's back-to-back boundaries. Will this be the momentum change that Asian Stars needed? 70 runs now for 3 off of 10 overs. In comes now to replace Alistair Eiffel is Jamie Buchanan. Another very good leg spinner. But that may pay in the favor for Gokul. He's not on strike now. But good to see that he's getting some momentum going into this innings. If you're just tuning in, you're just joining us, so a reminder, this is a semi-final match. Winner goes to the final tomorrow, to play tomorrow, back here at the JPO Oval. So very, very important game. There will be no third place game. So whoever loses here, that will be it for them. The season will be over. First delivery from Jamil. Push through the offside. Will they turn for 2? Yes, they have done. Good running. Good running. They're able to run 2. Albeit batsman turned blind just now. But save 2 runs. Very important here. If they're not getting the boundaries, 2 runs are very well taken. And Varun chips. He launches Jamil over the corner area. Onto the stage that's there, the platform that's there. Huge 6. This is a good start to the over for the Asian Stars. A 2, now a 6. That is 3 boundaries and 4 deliveries now for them. And this is the impetus that we have waiting to see. Lovely shot there. Good intent. Let's see if Jamil could follow it up with a good delivery, but I'm sure Viran will look to keep going here. Good start to the over. 8 runs from 2 deliveries. In comes Jamil now to Viran. And he walks across. Oh, Lewis is under that one. Will he pick up a wicket? Good catch by Lewis. And he follows it up with a wicket. Excellent comeback delivery. Albeit the batsman tried to be a little bit cheeky there. That one is more outside off stump, outside of the arc. And all he could manage was a top edge. And Lewis ran around from short fine leg and into the square leg region and took a very, very good catch. Made it look very easy. Covered ground well. Took a high catch is what you always want to see. Very well done from him. And just when Asian Stars look to get going, they lose a wicket. But at the end of the day, good intent shown, shortened match. So it's what was required. I'm sure Viran would have loved to stay out there some more and keep going, but that's the nature of the game. When you go for runs, you lose wickets sometimes. But in a shortened game, runs is what really matters. So over to the new batsman now. Ruan. Very strong on the leg side as well. Very good cricketer. Been around for a while. Excellent off spinner. But now he's needed with the bat, which you know is very capable. In comes Jamil to Ruan. First delivery to him. Oh, outside off stump, and Ruan missing out on a cut shot there. But good zip from Jamil. Good take from Brian Corbin. Doing well behind the stump so far. In comes Jamil again to Ruan. On leg stump. That one is prodded. We'll see if he got bat on that. No signal from the umpire, so yes, off the mark. Ruan off the mark. But Gokul on strike. He's still there. I think he's the key to this innings now. With the leg spinners bowling into his arc. But Jamil, good googly, good top spinner. Has a lot of control over it. Let's see what he decides to bowl here to Gokul. Jamil to Gokul. And oh, that one is heave. That's a very, very good shot from Gokul. Into the arc again. Jamil opted to go with the leg spinner. Gokul back in his strength. Hitting with the spin. A last ball boundary. And even though they got a wicket in the over, quite expensive over. So that is 15 runs off the over. Very, very, very good over for Asian Stars. Again, Gokul is still there. And it will definitely contribute if he stays there, contribute to the total. If he stays there as long as he can and pick his matchups. But I must say, with the experience of Jamil, to close out over, to bowl a ball in the batsman's arc. I see a lot of senior players on the field, a bit animated. But you just need to keep it together here. Sure, Jamil will be disappointed with that delivery. And Captain Vic is into the attack now. Going to bowl to Ruan. Let's see what field he's set here. Just a friendly reminder again, semi-final match here being played at the JPO Oval. Run rate now for Asian Stars has gone up to 7s. It's 8-5 for 4. In comes Vic to Ruan. Very strong on the slug sweep. Very strong on the slug sweep. And now it's on the offside. Played on to long off to Lewis. Picks it up. And 1 run to the batting team, to Ruan. He turns the strike over to the informed Gokul, who has been out there for a while. Look to get some momentum going now. Last couple of overs, hit a few boundaries. Some big 6s. With the off spinner here now, which is not a bad move. Take the ball away from him. Let's see what Vic comes up with here. Just making some adjustments to the field, sending long on a bit wider. And he touches that one to a short third man for a single. Vic staying out the arc of Gokul. Field adjustments again. That's one thing with the left hand, right hand. Out there, players need to stay in tune with the game to get the game going much faster. We've seen a lot of players not getting in position fast enough. Wow. Wow. And where was Gokul going? Brian Corbin takes I'm giving him that wicket. Just before that, he set Jamil right in that spot. And the ball went straight to him. Where was Gokul going? The ball was hit hard. One bounced him and caught him halfway down the track. And an easy run out. What a way to go. The man that was in, not an unnecessary run out there. He pretty much gave it away there. Very disappointing. The Asian Stars were looking to pick up the momentum. Good knock from him. But unfortunately, he's out now, and at the end of the innings, it will be very disappointing if they're unable to put up a good score because he was the one that was in. So somebody else now will have to take up the mantle. So two new batsmen, Nuran Bin there, he's off the mark already. Ansar to the crease, he's not on strike. He's at the non-striker end. In comes Vic to Rohan. And Rohan hits that one to deep mid-wicket. Picked up from Ram Logan. Good pickup, good throw. Good cricket. Ansar to face his first delivery. 2 balls left in this over. But he has not much time to settle in. In comes Vic, that one out the front of the hand. And Ansar picks that one up. And it's over deep in the wicket. First ball for 6. Good shot from Ansar. As I did say, he has no time to settle in. And in the arc, and he goes over deep in the wicket for 6. Very good shot there. Fielder there looked a bit interested at for a bit of time, but ball just continued to sail over his head for 6. 1 delivery left in the over. Let's see what Ansar does here. That one into the wicket. Ball wide outside off stump, and he hits that one through to deep cover for 1 single. 1 run. And over ball. Even though they have lost wickets, I must say they have picked up a boundary or 2 every over from the 11th over, from the 10th over onward. So very, very good from them. 95 for 5. Semi-final. Winner takes all. Jamie kind of back into the attack to go the second over. Pretty sure that he will look to make up for the last over that he bowled. Went for a few 6s. And he goes to Ansar. Full delivery. Ansar hits that one through the cover region. For 1 run. What Eastern Caribbean should be looking to do now is limit the boundaries. Batsman clearly showing a lot of intent. Round walks across. Looks like we are on the edge. Our glove. Definitely. 1 run. But good start to the over so far for Jamil. Ansar, I'm sure he'll be the one looking to attack. Ooh. Oh! An appeal caught behind. Bubble by the keeper, but he held on. Wicket to Jamil. So 2 wickets for him. Took some tap in the first over. But so far, it's good second over and a wicket taken. Caught behind from Brian Corbin. Wow. Cricket, funny game. Even though they're scoring boundaries, they're losing wickets. But again, shortened game. 15 overs. See what the message Captain Raul will be sending to Rohan. I'm just trying to wonder what they think would be a good score here after 15. This Eastern Caribbean team has a lot of power up top in their batting lineup. Brian Corbin, very, very strong batsman. Good scoring all around the ground. You have Vic, Captain Vic, good batsman, plays spin and pace very well. As the game moves along, 97 for 5. New batsman to the crease. Jamil having a better second over so far. 3 deliveries in, 2 runs on a wicket. I'm sure you look to pick up another one here. Jamil into a full delivery, poor first delivery, and batsman obliges and he pulls that one through square for 4. Very, very, very poor first delivery. Releasing up some of the pressure and a boundary there to Asian. So as I said, they have lost wickets, but they have been scoring a lot of boundaries the last couple of overs. The 100 is up there. Apologies, the score isn't updated as yet. But Jamil releasing some pressure there. Look to close out this over better than that. 2 deliveries left in the over. Let's see how he bowls here. And wow, a big hoik from the batsman. Misses off stump. Let's see what's signal here. No signal from the umpire, so it's runs given. I think that definitely would have saved him because that ball looked like it was going to cannon into off stump. 1 delivery left in the over. Comes Jamil. And he's bowled him. Another wicket for Jamil. Excellent comeback from him. We expect him to be bowling well. Took some tap in the first over, but good comeback in the second over. Picks up 2 wickets in the over. Eastern Caribbean applying the pressure. One way to stop the run rate from keep going up is getting wickets. So well done to Jamil. Vic back into the attack. Rohan very strong in the corner region. They look to run to. That's good running. Very good running. 2 runs. Very urgent running there from the non-striker. Putting Rohan back on strike. He'll be a key part of this innings. Most of the top or the senior batsmen have gone. Pretty much, he's what stand between his team and a good score. By there, missed by Brian Corbin. Oh, no run, no signal from the umpire. Look, so it's runs given. Batsman on strike. Johnny Mam. Flick to short, fine leg. Non-striker making it there very, very easy. Good single. Rohan back on strike. Let's see if you could get a boundary here. Light delivery. Pace taken off from Vic. Well. Run out there. Casual running there. And a run out there. Rohan run out. Very, very disappointing. Way to go. Asian Sharks will be looking to get to 120 here. At least. To have a fighting chance.
Vic here, he's now continuing from the proposed school end, and that one is played into the onside, and they turn it and they run back for two. The Asian Stars here, they're going to be looking to get as close to 120 or 130 as they can. 130 would be a very good score in a 15-over game against this Eastern Caribbean batting attack, but that would give them a fighting chance.
Cleo coming to bowl the last over. The lone fast bowler on this Eastern Caribbean team. All to play for here. Semi-final. Let's see if Cleo could close out this innings well and restrict them to under 120.
I'm sure he'll be looking to pitch these up and get them full and straight at the batsman. You miss, I hit type of game he'll be playing. The way that the field is set right now, deep square leg. A man at deep third man. One man at long on, one at long off, and one man at deep mid wicket. I'm not sure what length they want to be bowling here, but in he comes, and he's now bowling. And that one is short, and that one is down the leg side. And umpire Ezra Hewitt here, I think he's going to signal wide. Is he going to signal wide? Oh, he's saying that it brushed him. So no wide signal there. And Cleo, that one is pitched up. It hits the back pad, but going down the leg side, no appeal there. And this one should be signaled leg byes by umpire Ezra Hewitt. And he gets that long leg up, and leg byes are signaled. Well played into the onside there. They're going to turn back for two. They could be run out. Oh, but the fielder doesn't pick up cleanly. And they get back for two fairly easily there. So the score now, I don't think it's quite up to date as yet. I think it's about 112 for 8. Yep, there it is, 112 for 8. And they're going to try to push on to 120. They would need another 8 runs. So 2 fours, a 6 and a 2. Anything like that they would take at this point in the innings. And that one is pitched up and it hits the stumps now. It hits the leg stump and he's bowled him. And Cleo, he picks up a wicket here. Bowling at the tail. And you miss, I hit.
Yes, Roche, very good delivery from him. I mean, the Asian Stars will be disappointed that they had some batsmen that had some starts and they weren't able to quite push on to the business part of the innings and push the score on 120. That may be the difference here as the Eastern Caribbean team has a powerful batting lineup.
Yeah, I'm sure that the likes of Brian Corbin and Vic Daniram, just to name a few, they won't mind the score on the board right now. It's definitely not out of their reach, but it only takes 10 balls to get 10 wickets, and if they lose a few wickets in the power play, they could be under a lot of pressure. But we'll see how they handle it in the second inning.
I tell you what, they have a very, very consistent opening batsman in Sunil, who is in top form. In comes Cleo to Mutu, and he hits that one down the ground. You'll get 1 run. They turn for 2. Good running from them. Good run. A bit of laser, lackadaisical feeling by the field on the boundary, allowing them to get 2 runs there. Captain be very disappointed in that. 2 runs to the total. Right now, I'm sure the Asian Stars wouldn't mind an edge for 4. They'll take a boundary right now. Anyway, it comes. The last delivery of the innings. In comes Cleo. And, walked across from Mutu and he played it to fine leg. And end of the innings there. Fighting effort from the Asian Stars. They lost some wickets at crucial times. Runs on the board already. Scores 115 for 9. And I'm sure the Eastern Caribbean team would definitely be looking to chase this now. And they'll be happy with chasing this total, given the talent in their batting lineup. We should be in for a cracker here in the second innings. What do you think, Roche?
Yeah, the Asian Stars would have wanted a little bit more. They would have probably wanted around 120 or 125. 130 would have been ideal. But with 115, they have a fighting chance. If they are able to pick up a few wickets early, they will be able to put some pressure on this Asian all-star team. Sorry, on the Eastern Caribbean team. And anything can happen at this point. But a really good innings there by Gokul. He ended up with 42 from 27 deliveries. Also a good knock there by Rahul Garg, who got 27 from 19. Nobody else really lent much support through that innings there. Chris Balraj with 4 from 5. And Viran getting 12 from 10. So it wasn't a terrible batting performance, but they would have wanted a bit more. And in the bowling, the pick of the bowlers today, Alistair Eiffel, he bowled 3 overs for 14 runs, 1 wicket, with the economy of 4.67. He will be happy with that. Malcolm Ramlogan, 2 for 13. He probably should have gotten another over the way he was bowling, his left arm orthodox. Mahendra Nagamotu taking a little bit of stick, bowling 2 overs for 16 runs. Jamil Buchanan taking a lot of stick, 2 overs for 23 runs. He was, although he picked up 3 wickets, his economy was the highest, over 11. And Cleo Gallimore, 3 overs, 29 runs, 1 wicket with the economy of 9.67. Also taking a fair bit of stick from the Asian All-Star batting. So lots of runs out there. The pitch is very good. Very, very flat. You would like to carry it everywhere in the world with you and bat on it. And The Asian Stars, they will have to bowl well to restrict the Eastern Caribbean team from making this total and getting into the final. A reminder, the final is on right here at the Jimmy Powell Oval tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to try to start promptly at 1 p.m. tomorrow with a presentation to follow. And the winner of this one will be taking on the winner of the Cayman versus Jamaica game that follows this one. So stick around. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Jimmy Powell Oval. Opening the bowling from the proposed school end is Chamindu, and he starts off here with a wide down the leg side. He's bowling to Sunil, who's been in fantastic form lately. Has earned him a call up to the national senior squad. And on the other end, his partner, the veteran, Brian Corbin. And Sunil, he hits this one into the ground. No run there, so a dot ball. The Asian Stars, they're definitely going to need to pick up Sunil and Brian Corbin early if they want to have a chance to win this one. And they're chasing 115, so they need 116 to win. And in comes Chamindu, and that one is down the leg side and it's swung away hard by Sunil. He has a good bat there, and that one hits the fence. 4 runs.
Good start there for the Eastern Caribbean team. Lot of aggression in this top order. We spoke earlier. Sunil, very aggressive, top batsman. He's in probably the form of his life right now. I'm pretty sure they'll look to make good use of this powerfully. Amindu to Sunil. In the pitch, that one hit through the cover region. Run for 2, I'm sure. 2 runs there for Sunil. Good start to the over so far.
Interesting to see what the Asian Stars will do to try to restrict Sunil. He's very, very strong, hitting down the ground and into his pads and his legs. That's a good delivery there, just outside the off stump. Sunil pulled away, and he missed that one. So that may be the plan while bowling to Sunil. And with the field set right now with a long on and a deep mid wicket, they're going to want to stay outside of Sunil's off stump and not bowl straight to him or into his legs. And in comes Chamindu. And that one is just outside the off stump and played to short extra cover. No run there. Umpire Zitroy Robinson steps to the side and signals to umpire Hewitt that there's one delivery left in the over. Hewitt with his head down, and he looks up now. That one is pitched up. It comes off the edge of the bat and it goes in the gap. Fortunate for Sunil there. It split 2 fielders. And they get back for 2. That brings us to the end of over number 1. The score, 9 without loss.
Looks to be a player down there, Rahul. No, he had an injury earlier in the season. We haven't really been seeing him bowl. Teammate giving him some assistance there. Hope he's all right. Don't want to see anybody get hurt, obviously. And his experience is definitely needed on for this team. Looks to be okay. Overbowled, as Rochi indicated, and new bowler, Mutu, left arm, medium pace, swings the ball both ways. I'm sure he probably looked to carry it into Brian Corbin. Good start for the Eastern Caribbean team, 9 runs from the first over. Asian Stars definitely would need some wickets here, because this Eastern Caribbean team has a very, very powerful batting lineup. Small adjustments to the field there before he gets going. Reminder, game after this is to be played. Semi-final 2, Cayman Islands versus Jamaica. In comes Mutu to Brian Corbin. First delivery to Corbin. That one's down the leg side, gathered cleanly by the keeper. He shoves across, picks that one up. Good take from him. So it's a very clear plan here from Mutu, looking to bring the ball back into Brian Corbin. Not too sure if that's a good plan. What do you think, Rochi?
I don't think that's a very good plan when bowling to Brian Corbin. because Motu is not express pace, and Corbin hits that one high up in the air. It goes into no man's land, really. And he comes back for two. Motu, not express pace, so swinging the ball at that pace shouldn't really bother a veteran batsman like Brian Corbin. However, any swing that is available there, they'll have to get it as soon as possible.
Comes Mutu to Brian Corbin. And he looked to bring this one into Corbin. Ooh, going down the leg side, hits him on the shoe. Very full. I'm thinking that he's backing himself, Dorochi, to his plan. Doesn't want Brian Corbin to free his hands.
No, he doesn't want Corbin to free his hands there, but Corbin definitely missed out. It was a leg stump full toss, and he missed out completely. So, and that's a bit unfortunate there for Brian Corbin that he missed out on that one, but it's not going to be the same thing bowling to Sunil here. He has been absolutely middling them lately.
Sunil to face Mutu for the first time. In comes Mutu. That one playing backward of point. Will they go for two? No, settle for one. Brian Corbin definitely not interested there. It wasn't 2 runs on. But importantly, not a dot ball. Making use of the power play here. Making sure they get runs in it, even if it's not boundaries. Dot ball there from Mutu. Into Brian Corbin again. And that one's just behind the length. Fielder runs in from cover, unable to get a hand to it. Very strong down the ground. Think he's losing his shape there, Rochi. Wants to hit the ball a bit too hard.
Well, Corbin was out playing a similar shot last week, hitting the ball straight into McCarthy's hand at long off. So I'm not sure why he would continue to play that shot, knowing that brought his downfall last week. But as we always say in the batting world, sometimes common sense is not so common. And that one is missed outside the off stump by Sunil. And it brings us to the end of the over. And Asian Star is not doing too bad here. The score 15 without loss after 2. That could have been much, much worse. And Corbin now discussing with Sunil how he can get one to come out of the middle of the bat. He's spliced 2 away so far. And I'm pretty sure that the next time he middles one with the shot that he's playing, he'll probably be out caught in the same place.
Well, fortunate for him, that previous over. Long off. Sorry, there was no long off, no long on. Both of the fielders were in the circle. Maybe that's why he was trying to replicate it. But nevertheless, as we move along, I think Asian Stars, they have restricted the boundary scoring so far very well. In comes Shamindu to Brian Corbin. And he pushes the one through the offside. It'll only be 1. Will they turn for 2? Yes, so they're only settling for 1. The informed Sunil back on strike. What do you think about Sunil's season so far, Rochi?
It's definitely one of the better seasons, if not the best season I've seen him have. He's usually a bit of a dasher at the top of the inning, and it looks like this season, that's a really good shot there. That one goes all the way down to long on for 1. This season, he seems to have nourished his game and found a way to get some runs on the board. And I think it also has a lot to do with the bowlers. The bowlers have definitely bowled to his strengths. They haven't really bowled to his weakness. And I think that's probably because he usually just gives it away. And since they're bowling to his strength, he's been capitalizing. So he's had a really good season. As I say, it got him into the national squad. It would have been a fringe player outside before, but I think the call up this time was warranted based on his performance. And that brings us to the end of Brian Corbin. Or was he given or was he not given? He was not given there by umpire Zitroy Robinson. Looks like he brought the counter to the right. But he signaled two to the umpire. I thought he was given out. It was a full toss. Hit him on his back leg. He played across the line. So I guess it must have hit him outside the leg stump.
Rochi, I gave that out from up here. I'm sorry. That was very, very, very unfortunate for the bowler. And he, in anger, he fires one outside off stump. Brian Corbin capitalizes on that. Will it make the boundary? I don't think so. Will they look to run three? If there's anything I would say about this opening pair, they don't like run much between the wickets. I guess because they rely heavily on their boundary hitting abilities. But that's a good shot there from Brian. Bowler just needs to stick with his plan. In comes Shamino to Brian Corbin. Full, but takes the pace off of that one. Fielder point called napping, and a easy single taken. So that takes us to the end of the third over to score 20 without loss. The scoring at 6.7 over. They need 97 from 12 overs.
And Moto, he is now continuing from the pavilion end, and he'll be bowling to Brian Corbin. Brian Corbin on 7 from 9 deliveries. Suddenly he's now on strike. He's on 10 from 9 deliveries. Corbin on 8 from 10. So not off to a flyer, as they usually are, this Eastern Caribbean team, but no wickets lost so far. And that one hit straight back down the pitch. And they run for one. And Corbin has to sprint through there in the end. But just one run to Sunil. He's not getting them as he usually does. He's usually a boundary hitter. I'm not getting him away for 4-6 so far. So he'll need to look for runs somewhere else at this time. Very well played there by Brian Corbin. It was hit with quite some power. Wow, almost run out there at the striker's end. Sunil not staying in the game there, not paying attention. Very good shot there by Brian Corbin. It was bobbled by the field at mid-off, and they were able to get through for one. Moto won't mind that, but he would have preferred a dot ball. And Moto, he's now bowling to Sunil. I'm sure Sunil is going to look for a boundary in this delivery. With 3 deliveries to go, let's see if he gets one away here. And that one is pitched up, and Donald Sunil digs that one out into the leg side. And it goes to square leg, is picked up and is thrown in. 1 run.
Mutu clearly sticking with his plan, not allowing the batsmen to free their arms up. Nothing outside off stump. Good start from him so far. They won't mind the singles. Teams normally try to capitalize on the power play with boundaries. Mutu to Brian Corbin now. No wickets lost from the Eastern Caribbean team so far. And he picks up a point. Direct hit, and he's gone. Wasn't a direct hit, so he's still at the crease. Risky single there. I think if he was backing up from the non-striker end, he would have made it much, much easier than that.
Yeah, risky run there, but they get through for a 1 in the end. And Eastern Caribbean, they won't be too happy with the start that they've had here. The run rate is only going to go up. That one hit hard by Sunil to mid-off. And no run there. Very, very good stop by the fielder. He would have been gone for all his money. Sunil. Not sure if the umpire had already called over, but I can tell you it would have been very, very interesting if that ball had hit the stumps. A very good throw in from the mid-off fielder. Sunil was outside of his ground. And now coming to bowl, it seems now from the proposed school end is Christopher Balraj. He usually he's a seasoned campaigner now, and he has a bit of a golden arm. He's usually able to pick up a few wickets. Bowls a pretty steady line in length. And at the end of the power play, the score just 25. The required run rate, it's inching up. It's 8.27 now. And 91 required from 11 overs. And that's 66 deliveries. So it will be very, very interesting to see how the Eastern Caribbean handle this going forward. They have some ball hitters in their team. But they will definitely need to get a move on here. They're going to look to capitalize off Balraj. I'm sure that's what's going through Corbin's head here, but one false stroke, and I'm pretty sure that Balraj will pick them up. And in he comes bowling to Brian Corbin. And that one is driven into the offside to extra cover, no run.
Sure, this Asian All-Star team will be building with confidence as they've beaten the Eastern Caribbean team already in this competition. They were picked up early wickets and they just went through from there. And a dot delivery there. Asian Stars definitely in control of the inning so far. The Eastern Caribbean team with the power that they have are unable to get the kind of start that they wanted. And a faster delivery from Chris Balraj. There's nobody at long off. And misfield and allows the batsman to run for 2. I don't understand that field placing, Roger. I really don't understand that field placing. That should have been a wicket.
Yeah, the fielder out there had a very, very wide long off. I guess because he's bowling leg spin and he's thinking that he'll play with the spin, but he's still a bit too wide to me. He should be straighter. But I'm sure that's the field that Christopher Balraj has asked for, so he would have robbed himself of a wicket there, no doubt. And Corbin punches that one into the offside. He gets 1 run. And now Balraj, he'll be bowling to Sunil. Sunil is going to try to hit this one for 6, I'm sure. And in comes Balraj, and that one is well bowled, and it's almost bowled in. Very good delivery there by Christopher Balraj. It pitched and it turned away from Sunil. And Sunil not able to capitalize, not able to score, not dealing with the turning ball.
Very brave bowling there. He gave that one some flight, took some revs off of it. Let's see how he goes about closing out this over. In comes Christopher to Sunil behind the length, and he should have done better there and stopped that one. Instead, a ball goes through for a single. Good over still, but I'm sure you definitely want to stop that one. But good over from Chris. Asian Stars in total control here, not getting any wickets, but they have a very, very tight control on the scoring rate. Eastern Caribbean needing 8.7 runs or over. They need 87 from 10 overs remaining. And they're currently scoring at 5.8 at over. So they're in control of the scoring rate. I think the Eastern Caribbean team, one of the batsmen needs to, try and put some impetus in there. I'm sure they're saying that they have a lot of power in their bat lineup, which they do. But the momentum is clearly with the Asian Stars at this time.
Yeah, the Asian Stars, a really good start here by them. They will not be complaining about how things have gone for them so far. And we'd like to believe that now requiring 8.7 runs and over, the Eastern Caribbean team, they need to get a move on here. They haven't lost a wicket yet. But with this run rate climbing, they're going to have to start taking some chances.
Something's going to happen this over. I can sense it. Either go to runs or a wicket will happen. Batsman taking off his thigh pad there and sending it back in. So I'm sure he won't be holding back here. Gamutu to Sunil. Bowling his third over. Aggressively swung down to long on for 1 run. And he's bowled. As I said, something was going to happen this over here. You could sense the batting side not able to get boundaries away. You know that with the bat lineup they have, somebody out there would have looked to be aggressive and try and get them going. However, Mutu getting the better of Brian Corbin there. That one hits the stumps and he's out bowled. 1 wicket down now for the Eastern Caribbean team, and that's good pressure bowling from the Asian Stars, and that had a lot to do with that wicket right there. Good start from them, and I'm sure they'll look to try and keep control of this game, but the game is far from over. Far from over. As I said, this batting lineup is very strong, and in comes to the crease the hero at the bat for them last week, Antoine Eiffel, young Antoine Eiffel, getting a half century. He was looked to definitely get his team over the line today.
I'm not sure if this decision is the right one for the Eastern Caribbean team at this point. They are a little bit behind the 8 ball. They need to score at almost 9 and over. Eiffel still learning his game. Not quite an aggressor just yet. I would have thought that maybe Vic Daniram coming to the crease at this point to put a little bit of impetus into the inning would have been a better decision, but we'll see how it plays out.
What he will bring to this batting lineup, though, youngster, he runs well between the wickets. So he'll look to push Sunil to get some twos, even though they're not scoring the boundaries. I'm sure he'll look to push him to get some twos and get a little impetus going. Maybe that may be the problem for Eastern Caribbean early on. They focused on getting a lot of boundaries and soaking up a lot of dot balls. Antoine Eiffel in for his first delivery. And dot delivery, good pickup from Ansar. And nothing like slowing the run rate even further is getting wickets.
Yeah, I feel, although he runs well between the wickets, he will be running with Sunil, who's not a really good runner between wickets. So we'll see what happens here. That one off the inside edge, they should get, he's running hard, he's looking for 2, and he turns back, and he gets back comfortably. 2 runs to Antoine Eiffel. He's off the mark.
No sooner than I said it, I'm sure if it was the opening pair, that would not have been 2 runs.
I would like to believe anybody could run 2 in that space. But we will see how it goes.
Running from him, recognizing that his team that needs to get a move on. They definitely need some boundaries. Another dot delivery there. See if Mutu will look to close out the over here. Good spell so far. 13 runs, 1 wicket, 2.5 overs. In he goes. And that one's played down the ground. 1 run. Good end to the over. Very well done from the Asian Stars. Total control right now. And the Eastern Caribbean team with some work to do here as the run rate goes to 9 and over now. It won't be easy. They'll definitely need boundaries to bring that down. So far, excellent bowling from the Asian Stars. And we know this game is a long way from over. But so far, Asian Stars in control.
Yeah, the Asian Stars well on top here. 83 runs now required from 54 deliveries. So Eastern Caribbean, they're falling behind the 8 ball and they're not able to get the ball off the square. Suddenly he's there on 14 from 15 deliveries. He usually, after facing 15 deliveries, he's usually about 25 or 30. And Antoine Eiffel, he's just come to the crease and he's just below a run a ball. But that's expected from him. That's his role. And Balraj, he's going to be completing this over from the proposed school end. And that one hit into the offside to extra cover, no run. Balraj getting through his overs well here. Bowling some leg spin, loopy leg spin. And that one is driven once again, no runs to the same man. Extra cover, no runs there. And once again, it brings me back to the point. I'm not sure that Eiffel was the right person to send at this stage of the inning, knowing that they need to score at over 9 and over. It's now creeping up to almost 10. And when it gets over 10 and into 11, it's going to be very, very difficult for this Eastern Caribbean team to catch up with that. Unless someone can come along and play an absolute blend of an innings. They still have Vic Daniram. They still have Mahendra Nugamutu. And this one is just played into the offside nicely. They're going to run hard. But they should only probably get 1. And they do. Only 1 run, as I said. Although they have 1 quick runner. They only have 1 quick run out there. Sunil sent him back. He's going to look to hit this one for 6. And the loopy leg breaks of Christopher Balraj. And we'll see how he manages these. Another one played into the offside there. 2 runs.
Bolt! Quicker delivery.
And that is the end of Sunil. A really good delivery there by Christopher Balraj. Those loopy leg breaks turned into a very quick ball. A medium pace delivery. And it pegs back Sunil. He's struggled in this innings. One of his probably worst this season. And in a semi-final, the pressure is on. And coming now to the crease is Vic Daniram. He's going to have to do something special here. Can he win the game here for the Eastern Caribbean team? He's coming to the crease to join young Antoine Eiffel. Son, he'd be disappointed with that innings, but it just never got going.
A wicket there at the end of the over. New bowler from the pavilion end looks to be Rohan. Bowling off breaks. Will be taking the ball away from the left-hander. Let's see if he'll look to push it across. Yes, he'll be staying over the wicket to him. But a crucial wicket there for the Asian Stars as they push this run rate up to 10 runs or over needed.
Yeah, Ruan, he's a good old-fashioned consistent bowler. He's bowling out to Antoine Eiffel. And that one is very well played. Right back down to the bowler. No run. No run available. A lot of dot balls here. The run rate now exactly at 10. And Eiffel, he's going to have to try something here. He's going to have to get going if the Eastern Caribbean are going to have a chance to win this one. Lots of dot balls. Straight back to the bowler as well. He's having a net, it would seem. He's doing throwdowns out there with Ruan, but throwdowns are not going to cut it at this point. Three dot balls in a row, throwdowns here at the Jimmy Powell Oval. Young Eiffel not able to get the ball off the square. Literally every delivery has been played right back on the square. And I'm pretty sure he's going to pelt a lash at this point and see if he can get something. That one's driven in the air, down to long off. And they should get one. And Vic is not going to turn him out for two there. He needs to take over this inning. And he'll probably treat young Eiffel here just like a runner. And see if he can score some boundaries. Ruan, he's going to be bowling to Vic Daniram. Daniram, not a very good innings from him last week for Seoul. Absolutely threw it away. No need for the shot that he ended up playing. But we'll see what will happen this week. And in comes Ruan. And that one is hit on the pad. He nurdled that one into the leg side. A test cricketing shot there by Daniram.
Defeated by the turn there. That one gripped in the inside edge and going into no man's land where they could get a single. But good over so far from Rohan. Asian Stars would be full of confidence knowing that they've beaten the Eastern Caribbean team already this season. And so far, they're on course to do the same. The ground by Antoine. And they go back for second. Will Antoine be run out? And let's see what umpire signals. Oh, it's not out. Poor piece of wicket keeping there. That should have been a wicket. But good overall the same. Should have ended with a wicket though. But maybe that may be some of the luck that Eastern Caribbean team would need at this time. Vic definitely running for two, wanting the 2 runs there. Wanting to take some of the take over the strike. Just a friendly reminder here, it's a semi-final game here at the JP Oval between the Eastern Caribbean Stars and the Asian Stars. Winner here goes to the final to play the winner of the second game today between Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. Want to shout out the production team. Newest member, Damar, running the camera that tracks the the players in the field did a good job doing the final last week. And he's here today helping us out again. This is a good competition here, Roche. Christopher Balraj versus Vic Daniram. In comes Chris. Loopy leg break. Outside off some Vic lets that go. Interesting. Looks to be sizing up Chris for a big shot. This is the make or break competition here, Roche. What do you think?
Yeah, Balraj is definitely going to look to. And this one is up in the air. It should be taken. It's on the boundary. It goes just over his head. All the way back for 6. He was just on the boundary there. Really good contest here between Balraj and Daniram. But I have a weird feeling that Balraj might just win this one out. Let's see what Daniram can come up with here. And in comes Balraj. A quicker one, and that one is reversed down the leg side. And it goes all the way for 4 again through the chickens. A really good shot there by Daniram. Really, really good shot there by Daniram. He got down and he played that one down the leg side. He's a clever campaigner. But Balraj, he's going to try to pick up the wicket. He knows picking up the wicket of Daniram in this over will win it, probably for the Asian Stars. And in he comes. And a quicker one, and that one is dragged into the leg side, down to long on. And he picks it up now, throws it in to Chris Balraj. And with one delivery to go to Eiffel here, using my knowledge of the game, I'll be giving him a single here for sure. And bowling to Eiffel, as the only person that can really beat you here is Daniram.
And that brings us to the end of the over. Very productive over there for the Eastern Caribbean team. Captain Vic at the crease, showing his dominance against spinning in particular. Setting up Chris Balraj there with the sweep shot. And I'm sure he was looking for that faster delivery, as he knows Chris has most of 2 deliveries, a leg spin and a faster one. Normally after a boundary looks to be defensive and bowl a fast one. Vic was there early and he ramped that one over in the fine leg region for 4. So good over from them. But the run rate now goes to 10 runs and over. Game definitely in the favor of the Asian Stars right now. In comes Joran to Eiffel. Eiffel pushes that one down the ground. Looks to get a single. Misfield from the fielder. And it's only 1 run. Vic on strike.
Yeah, Vic is definitely going to look to take most of the strike here because he knows that he's the man that can win this from here. It's still going to take a lot of work. 61 from 35 balls now. Not an easy equation for the batting team, especially on this big outfield. And that one is hit high up in the air. It goes all the way back for 6. A really good shot there by Vic. That one hit out of the ground here at the Jerry Powell Oval. A really good shot there by Vic. As I said, he's the man. He's the man that can win this one for the Asian Stars. Only he can do it. He's on 20 from 7 deliveries. Eiffel on 9 from 14. If I was the Asian Stars, as I said, I wouldn't be bowling to him.
Yes, he needs to take the ball out. His arc is a very, very good player down the ground, but in particular, he can sweep very well. Whether it's the conventional sweep, cow slug sweep, paddle sweep, growing up on a lot of turning pitches back in Guyana. So he's showing where he's using his expertise against spin and being very dominant. Run rate dipped a little bit to under 10 now. In comes Duran to Vikram, and he bowls that one slow outside off stump, and they allowed appeal for a stumping. Umpire Zitroy Robinson is unmoved. Very well ball from Rohan. Going outside off stump, taking the ball outside of Vikram's arc. Let's see what he does here. In he goes to Vic again. That one straighter and a loud appeal. Oh, giving not out. Giving not out. Bowler not happy there. It was a close call. Umpire Ezra Hewitt there. Saying not out. Normally, quick to give the LBW decisions as a bowler. Say not out there, so Vic must have gotten out the line just in time. That one looped, and that one given not out again. Dot delivery. So after the boundary, Roche, dot deliveries.
Yeah, Ruan pulled this over very, very well. He pulled it back well here. And he's bowling. And that one is down the leg side. And he was trying to catch Vic stumped out there. But Vic managed to play that one into the leg side. And they come back through for two. Very good over in the end there by Ruan. He pulled it back very, very well. The score has not yet updated. But very, very good delivery there by Ruan to finish off that over. So the run rate still over 10. They require 53 from 30 deliveries. Not impossible by any means, but it's going to take some work. And the Asian Stars know that they need the wicket of Vic Daniram. They need that wicket to win this one. Danny Ram, he's the man who could win it for Eastern Caribbean. As long as they can keep young Eiffel on strike, they should be able to get away with bowling some dot deliveries. Eiffel, he squeezes that one into the leg side. He gets one run. So Danger Man Vic, he's on strike now. They should use 5 fielders outside the circle here. They need to try and bowl outside of the arc of Danny Ram. Don't bowl straight. Don't bowl in his legs. Wide outside the off stump is the ideal place to bowl to him. And let's see what the bowler does here. Will he go for glory or will he go for 6? And that one is played down the leg side. And Danny Ram, he gets that one around the corner very, very easily. Hits the fence and goes all the way for 4. Very, very clever piece of batting. As I said, he needs to carry him wide outside the off stump. That one a bit too straight.
I think that's the bat we needed him to use last week for Sol. So far, so good for him. Using his experience. Setting the ball up nicely. Sizing him up for 6 runs. Now well played. And Antoine will push for 2 runs. Good running from the youngster. Good throw from the fielder there. Keep on able to hand it well, but good over so far for Eastern Caribbean.
Yeah, Danny Ram doing well here. I guess that's the problem when you have too many cricket bats. You don't know which one to use. I always like to stick to the one that's working best. And then he comes, and that one is, as I said, driven outside the off stump, and he really should only get 1 here. He's turning back for 2. Really good piece of running there by Vic and young Eiffel. Antoine, really, really good running there. 2 into the gap as well. But still a tall task here for the Eastern Caribbean team. Asian Stars need to just hold this one a little bit tight. That one is swung high into the air. He should be taken. Oh, and he drops it. And he pushes it into the boundary for 4. That was the chance there. That was the opportunity to get rid of Danny Ram. That would have probably won them this game. But it's put down by the field out there. I can't quite make out who it is. But a drop catch there. Vic now calling for water. He probably needs oxygen and some power boosters as well. But he's dropped there. Should have been an easy catch. And now the field moved around. Partly he would have liked to pick up that one, but he didn't get it. That one swung into the leg side now. Really good stop on the boundary. He saved 4. Fantastic stop. And it was by the fielder who actually dropped to catch the ball before. The ball is following him, but he did well this time. He saved the boundary after giving one away. So he's made a little bit of amends. And that brings us to the end of over number 11. Reminder, this is a 15 over game. So 37 now needed from 24 deliveries. The game is on. 9.25 runs required to win this one for Eastern Caribbean. Vic Daniram, he's the man that holds the keys. I'm pretty sure if he was taken in that over, could be the end for Eastern Caribbean, but he was dropped, fortunately for him. And the Asian Stars will be ruining that chance. So, young Eiffel, he's on strike here. That one down the leg side. That one swung away. It should go all the way for 4, really and truly. A terrible delivery there in the circumstances. His defense now, 4 runs. That was a giveaway. A Christmas gift to young Eiffel, who hasn't really been able to get the ball off the square. But anybody would have gotten that one away. And it goes all the way for 4. Not a really good start to this over here now. So Eastern Caribbean putting some pressure on the Asian Stars. I think Chimindu here, he probably just needs to bowl the ball outside the off stump and force Eiffel to play a shot that is outside of his normal game. I mean, that delivery, very, very easy to put away. And most people would have hit that ball for 4. So Danny Ram, he'll be happy with that from the youngster. And in comes Chimindu again. And this one, a much better delivery outside the off stump and played straight to the field, as I alluded to before. And that's where he needs to be bowling to young Eiffel. He's just going to hit it into the offside or straight back to the bowler. And he won't be able to pick up much runs. Even if he does, it will probably be 1. And he needs to try and keep him on strike here. That one hit straight down the ground. A really good shot. It would go for 4. It stopped inside the circle. Just inside the boundary, sorry. And they come through for 2. A really good shot there by young Eiffel. Picking up a little bit of speed in this innings now. And the run rate hovering around 8.86 and 9. But that doesn't matter here. We're just looking at the deliveries left. And that one up in the air over the fielder. They're going to be running hard for 2. And they get back. A direct hit there. But not out. Vic well home. He'll be blowing a bit now. Leaning on his bat. Probably needs to get down and tie his shoelace to buy a few minutes and breathe. But Eiffel, he's on strike. Doing well this over. That one hit into the offside. This time, only one run. Oh, possible two. Overthrow. But just one run there. And this over, a good one for the Eastern Caribbean team, especially if Danny Ram can finish this one off with a 4 or 6. And I'm sure he'll be looking to capitalize on that. However, we'll see what he'll be able to get out of it. So Danny Ram, he's going to try and hit this one for 4 for 6 to capitalize on this over. It'll bring Eastern Caribbean really, really close to the game. And here he comes. Can Danny Ram get this one away? And this one is hit high and hard and all the way for 6. It was in his arc again. And that one was put away. It goes over to the Scholars Park in the other property. We'll have to ask somebody to throw that one back for us. And that brings us to the end of the over. I knew that Danny Ram would look to capitalize. Ray Charles could see it coming. And it goes all the way for 6.
Piece of bowling. Very poor. Vic has scored all his boundaries in the same area. And as you rightfully called it, Vic was definitely going to look to capitalize off that delivery. Very well played. Clear the outfield. And the outfield on top of the spectators' pavilion. And over to the Scholars Park for 6. Momentum now with the Eastern Caribbean team. Ruan to Antoine Eiffel now is skewed in offside. Single taken. Captain Vic on strike. 42 off 17 deliveries so far. Vic, ground by Vic. They're in control now. No need to take unnecessary risks here. Now 7 runs are over. The space of 2 overs, they moved it from 10 runs over down to 7. They should get home from here. Good batting. The innings that they needed, Vic has produced. They can pretty much play this with minimal risk and they should get home. In comes Ruan to Vic. Batting well so far. Now it's looped and he pushes that one through the covers. I'm sure Anton will look for 2. Well done, well done. Vic playing a sensible role here. Just pushing around still. No need to panic. As they need 18 from 2.2 overs. 1 boundary here should get them home, but no need to force it now. That one's chipped for a single to long off. Brings Vic on strike. But key partnership here. Even though Antoine didn't get his innings going the way he has liked, he picked up a boundary. He run twos, run the other batsman twos. So he played his part well. He looked to bring it home. In comes Rowan to Vic. Delivers now and he loops that one and now it's slug sweep over mid wicket, out of the ground. 6 runs to Vic, half century off of 20 deliveries. Very well played from the captain. And Eastern Caribbean will definitely win this one now. With what's left in the shed, they should be able to get home. No risk needed to win this game. Lovely shot from Vic. And another half century to him. Very well played from the captain.
Well, you know, I always say catches win matches, and when you put Vic Daniram down the way that you do there, it does not give you the opportunity to win matches. And Daniram, as I said, the danger man, he came to the crease and he played a spectacular innings, 50 from 20 deliveries. So as I predicted, he would be the man to win this one. And when the opportunity came for them to catch it, he did not. And Eastern Caribbean now coasting home, taking it easy. 11 required from 12 deliveries. But cricket is a funny old game. Anything can happen here. I don't think anything should really stop the Eastern Caribbean team from winning this one, but stranger things have happened.
Yes. Asian Stars dropping Vic. Crucial time when he was going. You gotta really give them a good impetus to get the innings back on track at that time. But a wicket they would have made things interesting. But I still feel, Orochi, that I don't think the feel inside understood what was happening in this game. Look at where Vic has scored his boundaries. You know, they all bowled to where he pretty much is very strong.
A soft dismissal there from the youngster. As I said, cricket is a funny old game. A full toss, and that one hit straight back into the bowler's hand. And that brings us to the end of Antoine Eiffel's inning. At the end of the day, he did not punish that one. It was there to be hit. It was there to be punished. But unfortunately, he has to go.
Yes, I think he was a bit too negative there. You know, should have go ahead and hit that ball out the ground. I'm sure if he got that delivery back, he would have looked to be more positive to it. But good innings from him all the same. Even though he didn't get as much runs as he would like or have a higher strike rate, but he did his part, which is, you know, very important in cricket. You know, he pushed hard, ran a lot to the danger end, allowed Vic to get most of the strike, and that ended that partnership there, winning partnership there. In comes Lewis now to the crease with 11 still needed off of, 11 deliveries. So let's see if Asian Stars could prize out another wicket here. Lewis facing his first delivery. That's a good shot. Over cover, rotating and hits the fence now. 4 runs. And this game is pretty much over. Done and dusted. First delivery he's faced. He's hit it over cover. And this game is pretty much over.
Yeah, Lewis coming to the crease and playing a shot there. It seems as if he's been having a net before this one. He came out and absolutely creamed that one over the extra cover fielder and into the boundary for 4. So just 7 needed now for Eastern Caribbean to wrap this one up. And I would expect that they would do so within this over or the next. Is that one dropped? It's dropped. I think that's a drop catch there by the keeper. It looked a bit wide outside the off stump from here. So would have probably been signaled wide by umpire Hewitt if it didn't edge, but it was dropped. So once again, another drop catch for the Asian Stars. And Lewis, he pounds that one into the offside. He gets 1. And Asian Stars, they're not going to mind that. At this point in the game, they've pretty much probably given this one up. 6 runs to win, and I'm pretty sure Danny Ram is going to look to finish it in this delivery. Really good shot there by Danny Ram. A man out there sweeping, so they come back for 2. Could be 3. No. He turns him back, so only 4 runs left to win this one. Danny Ram playing the innings of his life here. 52 from 21 deliveries. Could have used this one for Soul last week. It didn't happen. And that one is cut away. And it hits the fence now. And that's 4 runs. And that brings us, I believe, to the end of this game. Danny Ram leading from the front here. A man of the match inning here by him. 56 from 22 deliveries. So 116. And Eastern Caribbean, they are into the final. Who will they end up facing? It'll be between the Cayman or Jamaica team. One of those 2 teams will play the the Eastern Caribbean team in the final. And that brings us to the end of the first game. A really good inning there by Danny Ram to take his team all the way through to the final. Just a review of the scorecard here for this one. Sunil, 16 from 18 deliveries. Brian Corbin with 13 from 17. Antoine Eiffel, 22 from 24. And Vic Daniram, 56 from 22. And Jermaine Lewis there at the end with 5. And Eastern Caribbean, they won this one with 1 over left to go by 7 wickets. A pretty comprehensive win for them. So stick around. We're going to be going to a new game soon. That will be between Cayman and Jamaica. They'll be coming up next.